Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharif and today we are going to talk about how to start programming. So the first question that people will ask when they want to start programming is, what language should I learn? To be honest, from my personal opinion, of course, is you can just take any language that you want to learn, whether it's Python, Java, C++, or anything. Because you want to actually try to understand the core concept in programming. And after you have finally able to master all the basic concepts, you can actually learn any other languages without any problem. The only differences between these languages is, of course, the libraries, the frameworks and such. So now let's give an example. You take your first language you want to learn is Python. So there's already a lot of resources out there. There are online courses or online tutorials. If you prefer more in-depth conceptual learning, I suggest you take online courses from university, for example, on the website called edX or Coursera, where universities like MIT, Harvard, or Princeton give you free courses. Although the problem is they take a long time to actually finish the course. For example, some of it are in 6 months. So if you don't have a lot of time, I don't think that's the best option for you. So the second option, which is most people will take, is actually learn from online courses from Udemy, YouTube channels, Khan Academy, and a lot more. One of the websites I think which is really good and they give you free resources is Free Code Camp. They even put free on it, so it's free. And they even have a YouTube channel, and their channels and videos are really good. You guys should check Free Code Camp. Other than that is Programming with Mosh. He also have a YouTube channel, which is really good, and also paid online courses. But for those who just want to test out or just want to learn the basics of programming, I think his YouTube channel will already be good enough. So after you have finished the online courses, the next step you want to take is to do projects. For example, you just search online beginner project with Python, Java, C++. There are going to be a lot of them. So take any of it and just start coding. Now, the reason why you want to actually do projects after you have finally learned a programming language or framework is because you want to actually understand how to use all the functions and also all the libraries in the programming language, most of it, of course. The other reason why you're going to do projects is because, let's say for online tutorials, you are being carried by your instructor. So you're just going to follow A, B, C, and you do A, B, C. But when you do projects, it's going to be a lot more different. You're going to have more problems and errors and something that doesn't cover in the tutorials or courses. Now, there's a key thing that you should take away when you're starting to program. There are 3 things, I think, that I've listed, in my opinion, of course. The first one is to think in a structured way, meaning when you're doing projects, you need to plan, you need to make an overview, and then you need to divide the task and subtasks more smaller and just to make it more smaller. Because in programming or doing projects, it is much preferred to do divide and conquer. Because if you're doing smaller tasks one by one, you're going to be built up and finally finish the project as a whole, which is much more easier than trying to think in a bigger picture can be a little bit more overwhelming. So start small and you're going to get bigger, bigger, and bigger. The next one is to anticipate any possible cases doing your projects. For example, if the input from the user is a null or maybe 0, negative, or maybe a different data types. So all these things you need to consider when you're doing projects so your code will not break whenever someone else is using it, okay? The next one is to know how to ask questions. When I first starting out, I believe that after I finish a course, I tried to do a project and I tried to do it on my own without asking any questions from the internet. It was really hard for me. And after watching advices from other people, the thing is, even the professionals who have already been in the field for more than 10 years, at the end of the day, they always search for help in the internet because programming, computer science is a really, really broad topic, and there's already a lot of technologies, frameworks out there that it is impossible to actually memorize everything. For example, when I would do projects, I tend to forget how to actually do loops in JavaScript, or maybe using if and else in Python. The idea is you know how to do it, you just don't remember how to actually say it or put it in the code. And usually the best place to actually ask question is Stack Overflow. But for beginner people, usually your question already been answered in Stack Overflow, so don't worry. So you can just search on it, and yeah, pretty much easy. So that is basically it. So you just take any language that you want, take online courses from Udemy, Camp, or maybe Coursera, EDX, and then do any projects from the stuff that you just learned. And the key takeaway that you want to take after you're doing all this thing is, first is to think in a structured way as a programmer. The second one is to anticipate any possible cases whenever you're doing the project. And the third one is to know how to ask questions whenever you have a problem, of course. And just so you know, programming for people who are just starting out is really, really hard. You just need to put your mind around it. And don't be scared if you can't actually understand it first. Because I remember I struggled a lot trying to understand for loop in Python, and it made me rage quit for about 3 months. And then I decided to start again, and it was pretty easy after that, so don't worry. Just take time, be consistent, and never give up. All right, that's all from me. Thank you very much. Hope you guys like my content. If you want more advices, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys on the next video. Assalamualaikum. Bye-bye.